What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated welterweight superstar Mexican boxer Vergil Ortiz Jr. 18 wins, no loss, no draw. 18 wins by way of knockout. 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. He will be taking on Michael Mckinson, who is an undefeated British star welterweight title contender. Michael Mckinson, 22 wins, no loss, no draw. 2 wins by way of knockout. 28 years of age, 5'9" with a 70-inch arm reach. Okay. With that said, Vergil Ortiz Jr. Is making his ring return after an extensive layoff. Last time we saw Vergil Ortiz Jr. was August of 2021 of last year. Okay. He was actually scheduled to face off against Michael Mckinson this past March, but he suffered an illness that saw him have to be replaced and not be able to participate in the fight. Michael Mckinson, he had a replacement opponent. He won the fight, and now Michael Mckinson and Vergil Ortiz are finally going to have their showdown tonight. In my opinion, going to give my official breakdown. Vergil Ortiz Jr., who is big, he's strong, he's athletic. He don't have the quickest feet, but he has pretty quick hands. He has great timing, great accuracy. He has a lot of power, obviously, hence the reason 18 wins by way of knockout. Okay, big, strong, and aggressive. Michael Mckinson clearly doesn't have enough power to keep Vergil Ortiz honest. He has 2 knockouts in 22 fights. Okay, so that's a clear indication that he's a pure boxer. He can move around the ring. He's slick. He's a southpaw. He's tall, 5'9". Vergil Ortiz only an inch taller, 70-inch arm reach, so he has long arms himself. But with that said, Vergil Ortiz has obviously the edge in power. Okay, he has the edge in just natural physical strength, and so I strongly believe that the pressure in the beginning of the fight, the first 2 rounds, I believe that, Michael Mckinson's mobility, his movement is going to give Vergil Ortiz a little bit of issues to where he's going to have to, catch up to Michael Mckinson, cut the ring off. Now, that's something Vergil Ortiz has been practicing. He has not always been able to, to effectively cut the ring off. He sometimes get caught up in following his opponents around. In this case, he's going to be able to cut the ring off without hesitation because Michael Mckinson is not a big puncher. So I believe that, the first 2 rounds, it'll take some time to get adjusted to the movement, the southpaw, the slickness of Michael Mckinson. But by the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th round, around that time, I believe that Vergil Ortiz Jr. is going to aggressively start to go into the body, aggressively cut the ring off. Michael Mckinson not being a big puncher, not being able to keep Vergil Ortiz off him and keep him honest. I think that Vergil Ortiz is going to go to the body. Okay, he's going to mix it up. He's eager to prove a point, seeing as though he's been out the ring for some time, and people have started to dismiss him. And on top of that, there was a lot of rumors and reports that he was dealing in some performance enhancers, hence the reason why he got sick and had to be pulled from the fight. Allegedly, but we don't know if that's true. So he clearly has a chip on his shoulder. We saw in his build-up press conference for this fight, a reporter asked him about, what took place in the reports and the rumors that, he could have dibbled and dabbled. And, he let the reporter know he paid very close attention to what was being said. And he told the reporter he wasn't going to answer no more questions. So that's an indication that, he clearly has been watching. He got a chip on his shoulder, and he wants to prove a point. And his peers are starting to surpass him in status, as far as star status and recognition and acknowledgement goes. And what I mean by his peers, I'm talking about undefeated welterweight superstar title contender Jerron Boots Ennis, who's 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. And undefeated British welterweight superstar title contender Conor Benn, okay, the son of legend Nigel Benn. Okay, Conor Benn is also garnering a lot of attention, and these are guys who are starting to surpass Vergil Ortiz as far as status goes. Many people are starting to view them as the ones to take the mantle. Conor Ben is 21 wins, no loss and no draw, 14 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach, okay? And so these are guys that are starting to, surpass him. And it's a case of out of sight, out of mind. The last time we saw him in the ring was a year ago. Vergil Ortiz has been out the ring for an entire year, okay? August of 2021. This is August of 2022. So he's been out the ring for an entire year, and he's making his ring return against what many people deem to be a cherry pick. Many people will say that, why is Vergil Ortiz fighting a Michael Mckinson, okay? He's relatively unknown here in the States, okay, if he's known at all. And he's not a big puncher. He's not the most exciting guy. So why is Vergil Ortiz fighting a guy of Michael Mckinson's status when you have Jerron Boots Ennis and Conor Ben looking to fight the absolute best there is to offer? And then you have Speedy Rashidi Ellis, who's making his ring return as well. He had an extensive layoff himself, okay? He's another guy who is viewed as, a promising future. 24 wins, no loss and no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. But he's 29 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. Very slick, very athletic. He made his ring return July of this year. That he had a 2-year layoff. Last time he was in the ring was October of 2020 against Alexis Roa. He came back. He fought Jose Marufo. He got a TKO, in that fight, 8-round TKO. So, these are the guys that you want to see Vergil Ortiz Jr. in the ring with. Vergil Ortiz Jr. is number 1, number 2 in all the major sanctioned body rankings. He was in position after he beat former WBO junior welterweight world champion star boxer Maurice Mighty Mo Hooker, who is also going to be on the undercard of this fight. Maurice Hooker is going to be taking on welterweight title contender in Blair Cobbs, who's very colorful and very animated, okay? That's the co-main event for this fight. Blair Cobbs, he was campaigning the fight against, Michael Mckinson in replace of Vergil Ortiz Jr., and he was calling out Vergil Ortiz Jr., but he lost to Alexis Roca, oddly enough, who the last time we saw Vergil Ortiz in the ring with, that's who he beat. So with that said, you want to see him, fight the best. But when he fought Maurice Hooker, he was calling out the undefeated 3-division world champion, former WBO welterweight world champion, who's currently the WBO welterweight world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed champion, widely considered a pound-for-pound best fight in the world, and Terrence Bud Crawford. He was putting himself in a position to be the mandatory to fight Terrence Crawford. He was calling out Terrence Crawford, and then after he beat Maurice Hooker, that fight went by the wayside. We know Maurice Hooker is trained by Brian Bomac McIntyre. He's close friends with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford helps train him. So Vergil Ortiz was saying after he stops and beats Maurice Hooker, he's going to call out Terrence Crawford, and he didn't make the fight happen. So people started to, get wary about what's the plan for Vergil Ortiz, and is he looking to fight the absolute best and the world champions, okay? So there's talks that he could become the mandatory for, Errol Spence Jr., but Errol Spence Jr. is the unified WBC, WBA, IBF welterweight world champion, widely considered by many to be the top 2, if not the number 1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, with a record of 28 wins, no loss and no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. But they're looking to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence make for the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. That's the fight that everybody wants to see. With that said, I believe that Vergil Ortiz is going to get a 5th-round knockout victory over Michael Mckinson tonight. I think he's going to go to the body. He's going to cut the ring off. He's going to apply a lot of pressure. Michael Mckinson just doesn't have the power to keep him honest. I think Vergil Ortiz makes a statement, and I think from here on, we see Vergil Ortiz name next to the other big names in the welterweight division, okay? I could see in his next fight, if he can't, obviously, we have Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence looking to face each other for undisputed. So that, pretty much eliminates both of those guys from his contention. There's the fight with Jerron Ennis or Conor Ben, right? Or Rashidi Ellis. Now, those guys, Jerron Ennis is with Showtime President of Sports Stephen Espinosa and Cameron Duncan. Rashidi Ellis is with the PBC Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman. And Conor Ben, that's more likely because Conor Ben is with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, and DAZN. And Vergil Ortiz is with Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, and DAZN. So it'd be more likely for that fight to happen than any other fights. But I believe that Vergil Ortiz tonight is going to get a brutal 5th round stoppage to the body over Michael Mckinson, and he's going to have his name is going to be placed next to those other big names, and we'll see him in the ring with one of those guys. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.